Hi, and welcome back to the channel, bunnies. I am so grateful to have your support, and hopefully, you guys don't mind that this is going to be a completely different kind of video. So, this is going to be about the common misconceptions of a notary. Most of you guys know I work in the solar industry, and some of you guys know I have my own business, and the majority of my business revolves around me being a notary and helping out guys in the solar industry because sometimes I gotta get some notarized stuff, some documents notarized. Um, so the first one, and this is gonna be probably the longest part of the rant, is don't go to a notary if you don't know what a notary does. Like, most notaries get super annoyed quickly because you're wasting our time if we have to answer or respond to you and let you know that you're not in the right office. You're not with the right person. You don't take your kid to a lawyer and start giving them their health symptoms and expecting the lawyer to diagnose your kid. Because that's what a pediatrician does. You don't go ask for legal advice for the person behind the electronics counter at Walmart because that's not their job. So when people go to a notary, especially when either they visit in person in the office, whether in person, whether in their whatever, and especially if that's their main gig, and you give them a sob story, and we can't help you because what you're asking for is legal advice. And number one is we cannot give legal advice at all in any way, shape, or form. We can't tell you, even if we've been through like a similar situation or the same situation, you came to us as a public notary, and that is like cardinal rule of notary publics everywhere: do not give legal advice. And it's so much instilled in every notary manual, in the classes and the exams. If your state makes you do that, that it is something that is like a part of me now to just almost say instantaneously, even when people aren't seeking me out as a public notary, I cannot give you legal advice. Plus, it's just a good measure of them not to give out legal advice. And that's why notaries require bonds and insurance now, because we were getting sued in the past for that. So we cannot give you any type of legal advice. So if you need legal advice, go to your city, your county, legal office, police department, sheriffs, go to a paralegal, go to an attorney, go to a courthouse. Don't ask a public notary. A lot of people go to a public notary thinking they're kind of somewhere like around the same stage or right under a paralegal, and it's not true. That is not our position or our job. So notaries cannot give legal advice. On that note, number two is no, we cannot explain the documents that you bring us to you because, again, that would be giving legal advice. Sorry. So I'm actually well versed in what documents probably need to be signed when it comes to the real estate game. Those are the most common ones that I tend to notarize. So I know what a warranty and a quitclaim and what the differences are now because I took the time to go look it up because I was signing and going through so many of those. But no, if I, probably get away with like a quitclaim deed, versus a warranty or grant deed, or, someone's power of attorney, whatever. And I think they could do a better document. My thing is just to keep my mouth shut because that's not what I am supposed to do. That is not my job. So the only thing I can highly recommend is if you don't know which documents to sign, print them all out, complete them all, and get them all notarized. That is not giving you legal advice. That is just as common sense because it will save you time later on, depending on, if your notary is a 24-hour notary or they have specific hours. And especially now with the current situation, a lot of notaries are trying to do the social distancing thing, and it becomes a little bit hard. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I would get multiple documents signed if I didn't know what document needed to be signed. You can print out general forms off the internet. I will never do that for a customer or a client because, again, that kind of gets a little bit gray area. When they go, hey, I need you to sign this. If you print it out, I'll fill it out. You can do that at your house. Go to the library, whatever. Again, I know that sounds really mean, but I don't need anyone trying to sue me or say that I told them something or that I printed out the wrong document, because again, that is not a notary's job. So that goes into then, what does a notary do? And basically our one task is to certify that, for example, John Doe comes with his completed documents filled out. We go through them. We don't check to make sure they're correct. We just make sure that they're filled out. And so that's another thing. We're not paralegals. We're not attorneys. We're not legal. If you filled out your documents wrong, that's not on me. That's on you. But I can say that you provided verification in some way up to the states, because different states have different verification methods, that you prove that you are the person who you say you are. You sign the document, and I am signing that, saying that said person signed said document. That is the only job of a notary. We are just verifying. That's it. That's it. That is it. I don't know why people think that it's more than that. Another one is, are you a public notary? All notaries are public notaries. That's the title. It's kind of like, are all doctors medical doctors? Well, yeah, any person with a doctorate usually is in the medical field. Now, this can obviously change with like professors, but they do have some. But anyhow, we're all public notaries. I've gotten asked that, are you a public notary? Yes, because that's the title. Are you licensed is another one that I constantly get, and it's, no, I'm certified. There is a difference, and you can Google the difference. And the last one is blank documents. No, we are not allowed to sign or stamp blank documents. I know that makes life a lot easier, but we will get in serious trouble for that. I don't care if it's my family, my very close friends, clients that have given me repeat business. I do not and will not sign blank documents, because it is technically against the law, and you will get stripped. If they find out that you're doing that, you will get stripped of your notary, and you will not be able to be a notary again. So the answer is no. And then the last one is obviously the price points with notaries. There are notaries that are significantly less and significantly more expensive than others. And again, that is up to the notary. Obviously, different states put kind of a general price point on their notaries. So obviously, Arizona notaries would be a lot less than, let's say, California notaries. But basically, that's on the notary themselves. And then depending on where you go. So I know that sometimes banks will have notary services for free, but then again, there's some people who can't make it on time, whether it's because they needed something signed ASAP, after hours, on the weekend, whatever. So they prefer to go to a notary. I particularly charge $8 signature and stamp. That's the way I go, but other people have charged much less in my state and even in my city, and much more. And people have asked me why, and I go, I don't know, because that's the price they chose. Like, it's like asking someone, why did you choose to sell this item at this particular price at a yard sale? It's because they chose to do that. Okay, that's their prerogative. They get that choice. But I do say that there are certain things that I could possibly see that are at play, like mobile notaries. So they're driving to you, they're putting their health at risk, they're using their own gas, obviously their time, versus someone who would come to me, to my office, So there are obviously some huge and significant differences of, when it comes to price point. And again, notary prices vary from state to state, from even county to county. So, yeah. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys on that. We can't give legal advice. We can't fill out documents or tell you how to fill out documents or which documents to fill out. We can't sign blank forms. Our price point varies and we're the person that's in control of that. But once you usually do pick a price point, you have to stick with that. So I can't give like my family, and you really can't sign for your family. I can't give my family, my friends, my close customers like discounts per se, because I've already established what my notary cost is. And that's about it. Hopefully this answers some questions. If you had any or misconceptions on notaries, let me know if you have any notary misconceptions or have any questions, and maybe I'll make a second video. Again, I'm really happy to be here and hopefully be back on YouTube after the cancer.